her up and head to the hospital. And he's not back yet. It may be a little glitchy. You guys know that you can go to Happy Hour from our site and go down to the button. It says, to see more Happy Hour archives, click here. And about 10 different hour-long pieces there. How have you invited at least one friend to join us in Happy Hour? We're having a conversation today, and maybe Ken will jump in on this, about how people disbelieve in what we do until experience themselves. So if Ken would, I would like him to open his mic and tell his experience about his back hurting. And you're on.
I'm on. All right. Yeah, I have a low back problem, and I was hunched over here at work for days before Sherry says, okay, come in here and give me a voice print. So I'm just used to the back pain. I didn't just live through it. And she did the voice print, tone, and the pain pretty much went away after that. It's like, okay, that's pretty good. And then usually if I cut a lot of firewood, my back will hurt real bad. And Sunday I did a lot more firewood than normal, and took a hot shower, relaxant, and then listened to the tones when I went to bed. And I woke up and I had no back pain at all. A little stiff, but no back pain.
But like generally, Ken, when you take your pain pills and
still usually has back pain, even with the muscle relaxant. It'll take 2 or 3 days to over it. The exertion.
So you willing to try it next time with no pain pills?
Yeah.
He does reluctantly.
I like a combination of things. Make sure everything gets done.
Thank you, Ken. Tay, did you want to share a story? Are you with us? Lord, with tech support, TJ sent me a message, I think as a report. He said he's happy. You're on, TJ.
I get all those muscles in line. I said a thing to Ken, I want to be next. I almost live constantly in back pain.
Ken, there's a guinea pig for you. So the two of you chat while we're on here, and do you have any degenerative disc? Because that's what Ken's doing a project on.
I fell off a conveyor at work in Wisconsin back in 89 or 90, and it's all of that.
So do you have damage to the disc, or?
I don't know. It's just if I anything bent over, like I've been shoveling, raking leaves today, and I can only do for like an hour, then I have to stop for a couple hours.
It sounds like a good.
Sounds like a good one, yeah.
Want to send us a couple WAV files? Can you send us a couple of WAV files the next time you heard back? It's awful that we're going to make you go rake leaves and then give us a...
I think that works.
Well, I'm breaking them today, that's what I'm saying.
Rake them today. Well, just get in there and give us a... Lori, your mic is working. I turned it off so we could listen to what TJ is saying. So if it's recording today, then go ahead and send Ken a couple of WAV files. How many people have in your study, Ken?
5 so far.
And you're finding some correlating data.
Yeah.
This would be good if we could just do a whole computer program on just back pain.
Yeah, because a lot of people have it.
Absolutely.
I have a story for success.
Okay, go for it.
When I was out at your facility last June, I had for several years, imagine that, a pain in the neck. I can't get it, I can't get it to go away. I mean, I do facial trigger form release, all that sort of stuff, and I've been working on this thing for several years. And I get a pain in the neck, and it just won't go away. And just sometimes I just take my fist and pound on my neck, trying to get it to release, and it just hurts so bad. And you said the print we were working on, and gave me some niacin pills. I took 2 niacin pills, and within 7 minutes, the neck pain was gone. And now, every time I get a pain that starts returning in the neck, I take those niacin pills, put them on my tongue, and within 10 or 15 minutes, it's gone.
I think that's an absolutely awesome story, and it just shows how redundant the body is. Look at the muscle that you ache in, look at its corresponding nutrients, and you figure out nutritionally what's going on with the body. We have those posters available to people. There's 10 of them in the series, and it'll give the muscle and the nutrient together. So you can put those on the wall or have a set of them, and I think it makes so much sense. That's one of the things that Ken's doing, and he's fascinated by this idea that the spine and the muscles relate to biochemistry and proteins and genes and all that stuff. You found one today, didn't you? What was it? Skip something? How, did you just stumble on that?
Yeah.
We're not allowed to say frequencies here, so careful there. But he brought it in the lab where I was working with someone who told a story today that's very significant, and I'm going to share with you in a few minutes. But the first place I felt it was in my legs, and we looked up the muscles, and this, is it a medication or an herb, Ken? Medication. The first place I felt it was in my legs, and I made that statement to him before he ever told me what it related to or what its frequency was. So here's the body, incredibly redundant, and you can copies of these posters. I don't know if they're on our website or not. I will have to ask the web person, but they are available to the public. Let me write myself a note. Muscle posters. Because I don't write myself a note, there's 100 things on my mind and I will forget. For people who are with us, thank you for being here. We get together once a week or so. We have a class last week. I can't even remember what we did. It was so long ago. But we do vocal prints, and we have a volunteer, Lori, who says she has lots of allergies. She also said she's waited 8 weeks to get her vocal print done. So she came in early, and she was going to be the first one here because she has allergies and she wants to know what's happening. We call this happy hour, but it's doing vocal profiles live. So if you've got friends who have something wrong or they just want to see what's going on here, or if you're a practitioner and using some of the free classes we've given away, you can get more practice. There is 2 softwares available now. Actually, there's 3. But Nano Voice, and we're going to be using that this evening. If you haven't downloaded that, go to Nano, N-A-N-O, which means small, nanovoice.org, and download it. We're going to teach you to do that with allergies, to look at someone's voice with allergies. And Kim has volunteered to eat one of my pumpkin cakes. So we're going to work with that. And Lori answered me today of what she's going to use to take her allergy test. We have chocolate here. Hang in there, Lori, till we get some announcements done. Find something that you want to test. Bananas, oranges, chili, whatever you have. You're going to be reading a passage, and then we'll have you eat the offending thing. Then after you've eaten it, we're going to wait a while and test you again. That's the way you do allergies. We're doing allergies again tonight by popular demand. It's something that we do probably once every 6 weeks or so, come and test people on allergies. I think there's an absolute plethora of allergies because our food is so adulterated. The second one that's available is radiation. That is right on the front of the site. Go down to healthoptions.com. Go to the middle column, and there's free radiation rescue class. There are 7 different classes that we give away for free. We're doing radiation right now because we're finding so many people are coming in here with things like osteoporosis and osteopenia. The radiation from Fukushima is attacking people's bones. So we did a guardian class last Saturday about osteoporosis. And if you join the Guardian network, and it's really called an expressive network because we can do things in that Guardian class that we can't do with the public. We can show things and tell you things because this is a private organization that our attorney has set up, and we're setting it up so we have people all over America, the world, and if they start to hit us with some kind of pathogen or chemtrail, we can immediately get you the information so you can help protect your community. When you sign up for this Guardian class, you get 2 computer programs right then, and then every month you get another computer program. So this is a private, mainly. I don't even know what we're doing. If we're going to do pathogens next time, the end of the... I don't know if we're going to do pathogens. We could do flu season or bird flu or whatever else, MRSA. We could help people with that, or I don't know. Sometimes I just get an idea and we do what we want to do. Like fibromyalgia was on deck to done, and I decided to do teeth and digestion or something else. So whatever, just the universe gives me information about what I want to do. So I hope all of you, if you are not a member of Guardians, please join it. And for those of you who are practitioners, you get to be a Guardian member for free. Get all this software for free. You get 1 a month. So we hope you join us about that. For now, we hope that you're looking at happy hour, and you can show people how to jump into this. The little orange postage stamp kind of thing. Click happy hour, double click. And if you want to watch some of the older shows, or if you were one of the people online and doing your vocal profile, just click on the archives. You can watch that again. Here's November 6th. Well, it doesn't look like those are showing up. Oh, radiation exposure, aches and pains, nuance of mood, depression, diet, why somebody has weight issues, radiation exposure, allergies, another one about allergies. So we know tools and solutions for 9/11. I don't see what the one for November 6th was about. Was that like 2 weeks ago? Yeah. I don't remember what we did. Do you, Ken? I have trouble remembering that. Looks like I've got happy hour for November 6th up here twice. So that's about. But somebody watch these that wants to watch them and send me an email and tell me what they are. Put my email up here for everybody who wants it, sherryedwards@gmail.com. I'm not going to be in the office for a couple of days. I'm going to visit my family, something I haven't done in a lot of years. We have such a good staff here at Sound Health that I feel very confident that I can walk away for a few days and have wonderful things going on. So, Susan says the November 6th was about detox. Last week was about detoxification of the bowel and the kidneys and the liver, and that was a good class. We had a lot of fun. I don't remember who we did. I think we did 2 people. It gives you a lot of practice in taking a vocal print, seeing what needs to happen and how you need to record it. There's a lot of people who send us vocal prints and they send them in the wrong format. So I'll go slow on that part today and look at it. So we'll be helping Lori. Lori, what kind of microphone do you have? I'm gonna open your microphone so we can
have a Logitech microphone.
Coming through loud and clear. This is wonderful. So we're going to talk a little bit about allergies. Allergies have been bugging Lori for looks like years. Tell us about your allergies, Lori.
Okay. Well, I guess I've had allergies since I was 3, but they became severe when I was a teenager. When I was 14, I got asthma, and the asthma was of extreme allergy to cat dander that got worse and worse over the years, and it's also to bird and dog dander. I'm so severely allergic to cat dander that I can't be around anybody with dander on their clothing. I can go any place where I certainly could go in somebody's house, but even when somebody visits our house, they have to shower, run right out of the house after. I also have multiple food allergies that I've been tested for, so I'm on a pretty strict diet free of refined sugar, gluten, and soy, and I can't eat any fruits except for blueberries. And I'm also autism spectrum, I have Crohn's disease, and I have this problem where I cannot be successful no matter how hard I try with personal business and romance. So I've got these certain blockages, and I feel that they're all tied together. I've been successful in other ways. I'm an author. I adopted a son, and I have some ways that I've been able to sort of harness positive energy in my life, but other ways that I have tried everything, Sherry. I've done all kinds of remedies. I've done homeopathy. I'm off all the drugs. The only thing I take for the allergies is your inhaler for the asthma, because the asthma is all allergy related. I still have some homeopathic drops left over. I don't know what they were. And I used to take some vitamin C for allergies. I'm allergic to the citrus, the ascorbic acid. So I'm pretty allergic to everything. I have reactions to everything. I don't have the kind of food allergies that would cause like my throat to close up or anything. I just get my medical symptoms, like the Crohn's will be worse, the allergies, and also the mood symptoms, the anxiety, and it seems
for people who haven't heard of Crohn's, it's a digestive issue where there's a lot of cramping and diarrhea and gas.
Well,
it sounds like
my symptoms. I actually had 2 blockages where I have atypical Crohn's. I had 2 sections of small intestine removed and a fistula. I don't luckily have the other symptoms at this point.
We are going to save you till last to do you on the big program, and we're going to ask Ken to go first and use the nano voice. So are you willing? Ken, let's look at this passage. We put this up for you. Let's go back one. It's a rabbit passage.
Oh.
And go to happy hour. They put that up for people so you're able to read it. And we're going to do this with Ken first because we're going to use Nano Voice, a totally free program for you guys to be able to test and it is not It's not incredibly reliable, but it gives you an idea of what you're going to be doing. You want to open? You want a piece of paper? Oh, you need it on yours. I need it on mine. So do you have the Velveteen Rabbit over there? Okay, so we're just going to ask him to read this Velveteen Rabbit. And he has this passage. We're going to be looking at his nano voice. This is at nanovoice.org. Instructions are there. Charts are there. Instructions to use it on Mac is there. I can't remember what else is there, but it's all free. This is the demonstration. It looks at highs and lows, and that's all you need for allergies. There is a larger program that looks at balance in the chart, but this one is all you need for allergies. As we open this nano voice, you'll see it's a bunch of blue columns. And I put in Ken's name. He's going to be eating a pumpkin cake or a piece of it that I made last night. P-U-P-K-I-N, and this we're going to do pre. So he's going to read a passage, and as he does, C sharp, D sharp, all this will begin to show up on his chart. Then we're going to ask him to eat the pumpkin cake, and in the meantime, we'll be working with Lori on her chart. And in about 10 minutes, we will come back again and take Ken's vocal print again to see if this pumpkin cake, you're going to eat it with icing? This full, what is icing? It's sugar, but it's cream cheese and a lot of other things. Lori, think about something that you're willing to sacrifice and what you're willing to eat to just check out, because you're going to have something.
I think everything in the house is stuff that I'm allowed to eat that I've been tested for.
We'll have to have something to test you on tonight. So you're going to have to think of something. Don't eat now. Don't now, but just have it in mind and keep it away from your space. You know, by your computer, put it at least 6 feet away from you. We don't want even that energy in your space. Just like Ken had to think of something pre and post on, because the passage he's going to read is going to stay consistent. What's not going to be consistent is wait in between. So I'm going to mute your mic, Lori, while you think about what you're going to be eating when we test you next. And we're going to be ready in about 2 minutes for you. Okay, Ken, I'm putting my microphone. You want to come over here so we can do this directly? I'm working at Ken's desk here. And so doing it through the computer. Let's do it just directly through this microphone. Shut up. Okay, you're just going to read that passage. You ready to go?
Yes.
Go.
Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams. What is real? Asked the rabbit one day when they were lying side by side near the nursery fender before Netta came to tidy the room. Does it mean having things that buzz inside you and a stick-out handle? Isn't how you are made, says the skin horse. It's the thing that happens to you. When it loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. When you're real, you don't mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up? He asked.
Okay, thank you. We got to 500 hits here, and it will automatically shut off at first breath after 500. And you should do it just like Ken did, very slow and meticulous. And remember to do that the second time. People who have ADD and they're eating sugar, and they do that, and they start talking like crazy. So we'll notice it. Yes, and glob lots of icing on there. So we're to save this. I'm just going to run over it. Ken Pumpkin Pre. I'm going to say Control Copy and go to the little disk here and save this. I'm going to save it. Why is your computer acting this way. I'm just, okay. Ken, pumpkin. How good that is.
Eat some of it first.
Pumpkin pre. Now we'll look at his E. In no energy. If there's 0 zeros here, there's no energy in the note of E, and that is his breathing and talking. The note F is kidneys. C is ego, heart. C sharp is bowel and gut. D is pancreas, liver, gallbladder. F kidneys. G minerals. A resources, and B kind of delivery. Now that chart is waiting for you, totally free, at novoice.org. Now we save this. We are going to dampen it, not kill it, just make it smaller. We're going to do the same thing. You have something in mind? Just like hands, you're going to read a passage. You're going to do it in Audacity. And Audacity is waiting for all of you, free and online. So let me Audacity here. Okay, the computer program Audacity is coming up, and this is audacity.sourceforge.net. This is where some of you are getting into trouble. You are sending this in here with your preferences set at, come on preferences, some of your preferences are going to 44, and you're doing mono, no stereo. And now Ken, oh, here's mono and stereo. You would do this at 30K, 16 at mono. We have information online about how to send these to us, and you can do your work online and go on the computer just like you're here. Can you test 10 minutes? Come and tell me. 6:24, so you probably did it at 6:22. Right, 32, right here. And then say 32, you can go type it in. We've had people send us their vocal prints 4 and 5 times, all wrong. So then, the instructions are to go to those archives, happy hour archives, and you'll see we explain this many, many times. Do you know what you're going to eat in between?
Yes, I think some corn noodles, because I'm not sure about organic corn.
We're going to have you read this passage. Do you see passage here?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and if you get to the end, I'll try to follow you and start over, but you probably won't get to the end. Audacity, wait. We're at seconds. We're going to go to about 30 seconds, unless something strange goes on, and we'll do a little longer and then sort of compensate for it. We're going to hit this red button, and I'm going to start reading, and then hit the gold button, and stop. If you hit the pause button, the blue, you won't be able to save it. And a lot of you are saying, I can't save it. I said, all you're doing is telling me you didn't read the directions. Okay, ready?
Yeah. What is it? Asked the rabbit one day. I'm sorry, I can't see it now.
Start over. Let's stop. Start over. This is my fault. When I said it, just ran there. You ready? Go.
Yep. Bill asked the rabbit one day when they were lying side by side in the nursery fender before Nick came to tidy the room. Does it have any things that buzz inside you and stick out hands handle. Isn't how you're made, said the skin horse. It's a thing that happens to you when it loves you for a long, long time. Not just to play with, but to really love you. Then you become real. Does it harass the rabbit? Sometimes. The skin horse, he was always truthful. You are real, you don't mind being hurt. Does it all at once, like you wound up? Yeah.
We got 33 seconds here. Now, one of the things that I noticed in the front, we had something that was way too high. I don't know if this was a microphone or what. Let me do it. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to erase it. Just hit my little scissors here and put it right there. We have 30 seconds. That's good. If you want to be meticulous and cut it down, you can cut this piece that doesn't have anything there through it. But 30, 35 seconds, or even 28. Okay, we're going to have trouble here. We're going to export this. Save it. We're going to export it as a wave, a 16-bit wave, and I'm going to call it Lori. And red. Well, I just got as far as Lori Pre, and it did something for me. Okay, not kill that. I'm going to just save it. I'm going to go to an Abacus program. An Abacus program is waiting for you. It's online. Under that radiation class, we always try to keep at least one class up. So I'm going to go to the radiation class, radiation software, sorry. Now it's explained to in those classes and how to do it, and there's also a textbook there waiting for you. I'm going to go to the desktop and look at the waves. The waves are wave files, Ken. Okay, let's look at both. None of that one. So maybe this. Well, I open the same one again. Mine organized by date. So let me see if we can put date created in here. So Laura on the top. And we move this over. There. Well, didn't move it that far. So we can double click on this, and Lori's information will drop right into Abacus. It'll be frequencies of her voice, but it won't say what's asked a rabbit one day, da da da. It will sound like. So look, every sound that she made and put it in order. And for those of you who are old hats, immediately you can see she has a methylation problem. Everything is above the gray. She cannot use what is coming in. Now you eat your noodles, Lori, and you're at 6:30. So minutes would be 6:40 or so. But we're going to pull the points here, and as soon as we get to 6:32, we're going to go back to Ken. So we computer to pull the points. It puts all these little red dots all over what's high and what's low. I don't get that it didn't pull this point. So go back and see what I could give up. I'll give this one up because you can only have 24 points. You have to have at least 12, no more than 24. The computer is taking the worst of the worst, but I don't agree with the computer. It didn't take that one because I think it would be a good choice. So put an H in here because that was high. I'm going to put Lori. This is her pre-rabbit. And we are testing noodles. We do her birthday unless it's some kind of environmental issue, and then we read her birthday. So put in 12, 12, 12, and it tells the computer we'll have her birthday birthday. And we birthdays because we get requests like, we need everybody who is 17 years or younger that lives in Florida that has diabetes. Now we have to pull those out of our files. So put on here allergies, and run her through our allergy program. Now we could take a picture of this, we could send it to her. Every computer is different, and this one it's Control Alt Print Screen. Allergies. I'll put a picture of what we did for her. Now I've got this list, 199.425.300. In just a few minutes, we're going to do something with that list. I'll save it by hitting my little Rubik's Cube. Another thing that happens is people go up here at File and to save it. No, you want to save the list. So go to Desktop and open a file called GNS. GNS. And I'm going to save Lori's pre-rabbit. And she's eating her noodles now. So we'll come back to her in a minute. It's 6:32, and we are going to open another invoice. Open Nano Voice before. Let's do it with Nano. Make sure it's the same one. And Ken is going to come over. Now, he has eaten our pumpkin cake. It's not really fair to use icing in pumpkin cake because in there is nice fresh eggs and raw sugar and sorghum flour and tapioca flour. Good stuff.
Tasted good.
Or there's orange juice in there. There's orange peel. But not any gluten or anything in there. So we're going to open this. Hold on 1 second. I've lost the other one. Should have two open here. That's the old one, and we certainly are allowed to open two at once. Let's accept and see what happens. I lost it somehow. You're going to read the exact same passage so that the variable is what he ate, not what he's saying. So, are you ready?
Yep.
Go.
From Velveteen Rabbit by Marguerite Williams. What's real? Asked the rabbit one day when they were lying side by side near the nursery fender before Nick came to tidy the room. Does it mean having things that buzz inside you and a stick-out handle? Really, how you are made, said the skin horse. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he had always been truthful. You are a rabbit, real, you do not mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, he asked, or bit by bit? It doesn't happen all at once, said the skin horse. You become, it takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen to people who break easily or have sharp edges or have to be.
I got the same place. It's supposed to be curly cat. I think I could recite that thing in my sleep. I've heard it so many times. Oh, yes, I do need the microphone. Thank you. You can see it changed his voice. Let's see how it changed his voice. First, let's save this. You look at it, you can see that G is tremendously different, isn't it? There's a little more stress, and 42 is normal, and you're at 181. So a lot of stress, and you look on your chart, your note correlate chart. Do you have a note correlate chart on your computer here? Let's see, note correlate. See what happens. you do. Here's one. Behind here. I'm going to go look at that note of G. It's waiting for you and available for you. I don't think this is yours. This is somebody else. This is not yours. Yeah, somebody else. It has a lot of issues with that note of G. It came up really high. G is neurotransmitters, utilization of minerals, bones. So it went from very little energy in that note of G to just blasted. So this is 14 is low, 42 is normal, 81 is just ridiculously off the chart. So it stressed his note of G before turquoise. Before he would have liked turquoise. Now he probably doesn't want to look at turquoise. What happened to his C sharp? It clearly reduced it from 135 way over active, and sharp is tendons, ligaments, and all. Go ahead and look at your chart. C sharp, tendons, ligaments, digestion. Oh, why do that? It went at me. So we reduced C sharp. We've reduced C significantly. Reduced C sharp way more than we reduced the C. But that's digestion. So we took energy away from his digestion and put into enzymes. So his body's freaking out about, here comes this stuff, and what am I going to do with it? Now, a lot of so one of the things we can go look at is the numbers. That'll tell us something. This is his pre-pumpkin. Now remember, he's reading the same thing. Variable was the pumpkin cake. And even though I thought I did good, I had a natural navel orange. I scrubbed it with that pesticide stuff before I made the zest for the pumpkin stuff. Now the pumpkin was canned, but that's the only unlively thing that was in there. Not fresh squeezed orange juice, fall sugar, farm eggs, sorghum, not sorghum, yam flour, tapioca flour, because it won't rate very well unless you put some tapioca with it. What else did I put in there? Oh, cinnamon, allspice, regular things. So it wasn't all that bad. But how it changed his energy. 181 on G. So, no, I don't. I've never asked Ken this question. When you do something you shouldn't, you get sluggish and want to sleep, correct? Well, yeah. He says that his energy so far down in G and G sharp. We need to look at him for some possible inclusion of enzymes or clean up his liver. Something is wrong. I'll jump over here and look at the note of B. It went from 115 to 52. Now, there's a lot of circulation energy before he ate that, and a normal energy afterwards, because 42 is normal, remember? That looks like a pretty good shift. But shift on D, C sharp, it took all of his energy away from his bowel and digestion, and stiff at all. Tendon ligaments tend to get stiff when you not even normal. So we can say, Chef's pumpkin cake, cream cheese icing is good. Now, I should have tested the cake differently than we tested the icing, because the icing just came out of a jar here. So it would be icing. So if you're going to do something like jelly, you test the tomatoes and then the beans and then the this and then the this. So you're going to have to watch, testing one thing at a time. We'll back up once over this shock, and we'll test just the pumpkin and just the icing. I don't know if you could eat icing just by itself. We're going to go back and test again at 6:40 and at 6:41. So we'll go back and do this again and see what happens. Summarize both of these. Another Audacity, if it will let me. It may, you already have that open, dummy. No, it's going to let me. So eat your corn noodles. Do you feel any different?
No, they're organic. It's only corn, so there's nothing in it that I'm allergic to, but I've always thought corn was questionable.
Okay, well, go ahead and talk about eating that corn.
Yeah, the corn noodles, I've been tested for about 500 food sensitivities, and I'm confident that I have everything out of the house I should have, but with noodles and corn, you never can tell. You know that, to be able to find out what the block is in my system that's preventing me from having total wellness emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically. And I just got over walking pneumonia and laryngitis, which is unusual for me. I've been very healthy since I've been on this diet for 5 years. It's the paleolithic diet. So, like there's no sugar, gluten, soy, dairy, or any of it.
We had a lady in here today who told us that the day before we first came in here, like 5 years ago, she felt like she didn't want to live and she wanted to commit suicide. And we helped her with her thyroid. And the next day, she wanted to live and was grateful to be alive. And so all of these things you go through, nutrition and genetics and emotions, they're all different levels of the same thing. So we have saved this now as host, and we're going to open our abacus. Now, one of the things we want to see is how much these pieces of information lay outside this gray area. We are going to bring in that next file, and it'll be a different color, and it's going to come in right on top of the first one. Wave files. Okay. So there's Lori Post Rabbit. And see what the corn did to her. We probably should put up here that it was corn noodles, because we look at this next year and not know what's going on. Oh, and it's changed some things around. Allergies, corn noodles. Looks almost the same to me. Blue is a little high, a little higher than the green, except here there's some things that came up high. This would indicate to me that those, well, there's some green high. There's some green high. So probably should take the green and it. So let's pull the points on the green. And I really can't see very well, so I'm going to take away the P. So we get the points on the green. And the booklet to show you how to run all this. I can't see that green very well. I'm going to change that to blue again. Let's see. There. We have some wide open space right here. And when you have wide open space, is usually where the problem is. Peek, where do you see that? One peek here. They're a little off, not much, but they appear like this together. It's pretty awesome. It tells you information that's related to each other. Those three things are very important, so I have to give up three things. Now, give up these things that are down here in gray. They're normal. Anytime they're in that gray area, they're normal. I want to look at these three. if we were doing this in private, whoops, didn't like it that it went there. We go over those and get more accuracy here. For the part, the more open the hole is, the more active it is. Roll over it and expanded it. If we're doing this in private, I just can't show you the formulas. I can only use highs and lows here. So I would X's here if I was a practitioner, and I see that there's a lot of practitioners on here. Look at those, and we've got those three. I'm going to jot down what they are because I'm going to look them up later. They are 307, 497, 285, 498, 269, 854. So I don't see anything else that looks like that. We've got one low over here. 964, 448, 964, 48. That must be this one. Notice that when you, let me write this down, not to talk, do three things at once here because I'll get mixed up. Notice when you roll over a point, and it's say 306, 354, the computer fixes it for you so that you're right on the exact spot. Roll over this long term 963. I just had to find the closest one to it because there's nothing else around it. And look at this vocal print in terms of what's happening now. Now again, I cannot see that, so I'm going to change it to white. See it, the red is predictive, and hers was pretty good. It was in the gray area. It's happening now, so we look at those three things as those problematic issues, and blue is long-term. Now I'm going to get rid of those parameters because it's too much information. I can't stand it. It's overload. For me, some people love it. It's just I can't deal with it. We're going to save this group of vocal print. We have decided that this is the print that we want to use. We usually pull two at a time, pre and post. Post is most important in this case to show the problem is because she ate the corn. So we're going down to our GNS files and leave this as post. That says pre. Do we save pre-rabbit? I'm going to save it anyway. Nope. I'm going to cancel. Look, it's right there. Post-rabbit. Yeah, I want to save it. Post-rabbit. It's pre-rabbit testing corn noodles. Dang. That's pre-rabbit. I have to check and see if I was say post right here. He's a little cranky. All of you who are on the Guardian, and I said I had a mouse inside my computer, and it was saying. So we have pre and post. So they came in late. We're broadcasting from a different computer, and that's my only excuse for not doing this as efficiently as I usually do. So go to Allergies, and cute little set of mad critters. Say goodbye to Allergies. We're going to open post, roll out of our GNS files. Maybe we are, if I can find it. I have to remember where I put it. Our post Lori Rabbit. And now it's going to start just clicking up reports. I hit cocktail search, is it? You'll see it flip by here really quick, and then we'll go back and look at each one of them. Problem. look at this chart, we want to look at anything 4 or better. 4, neurotransmitters, utilization of minerals. I know why that's happening. I saw it click by because it was the same thing that was the lady going on this afternoon with the lady that was here. And A, that's your methylation using your resources. So ones that we can do, and you can open your practice and do this with people across the world. We need a PDF. A PDF on this computer. That PDF? PDF. Wow. Okay. So we can make a file for Lori and then send this to her after the show, if this thing would do what it ought to do. But we remember that it's G and A. Okay, here's your problem with wheat or carbohydrates of any grain. Ghrelin is not working. It helps downgrade glutathione and hydrogenase. That's an enzyme that helps break down carbohydrates, particularly wheat. Interleukin 4 may cause high fever. Now, you can't go buy Ghrelin and you can't buy interleukin. You have to go to a practitioner. The lady didn't have her thyroid receptors open. You can't go buy it at the local health food store. Taurine is the same frequency as glutathione peroxidase, another enzyme to help break down carbohydrates, particularly grain carbohydrates. You can buy taurine, but in case I think it's glutathione peroxidase.
Asthma. It's asthma for taurine, and I have the severe asthma, yeah.
From the glutathione issues also, because inability to break down glutathione is an inability to get trash out of the system, and it turns around and has an inability.
I be very sick one time when I tried glutathione. That's interesting.
Reduced or bioavailable glutathione. There's a guy that runs Cocoon Nutrition. His name's Steve Heuer, Heuer. And you call him and tell him you've had an evaluation with us, and we send him the reports, or you can, and he'll tell you how to get around that. He's a nutritionist. With glutathione, you can't use minerals. And one of the things you can't make is bentane hydrochloride. This is another word for trimethylglycine. It helps the muscles use nutrients, dimethyl and trimethylglycine, and it's on our map. Let's see, you have a clean methylation map on the computer. Clean methylation. We have a clean methylation map here. Let me find it another way. We can go to heartfixer.com. Go to comprehensive health care. Treatments available. Go down to the bottom. Can you type it in the Sue said I had a pre-rabbit file open. I'll have to go back and check that. I still wanted to use whichever one it is. Trimethylglycine. Your ability to sell signal any place in the body goes. Your cells don't talk to each other. It's genetically influenced by BHMT and thion. So we look for this BHMT, bentane homocysteine methyltransferase, another enzyme. So list that in the chat for everyone. Heart Fixer. Whoops. so you can go find that map again. So it's bentane hydrochloride. When you get your instructions, it'll say things are high. Could be because you're taking them, and you can take bentane hydrochloride. You can get it at your health food store. Or it's not useful. And in this case, it needs methionine. And methionine needs glutathione, and glutathione needs glutamine, and glutamine needs GAM. And here we go again.
There's probably because a lot of things that I need to take I can't use. My body won't use them. I had told them my cells don't hold any water. And it just gets so overwhelming. I feel kind of despairing.
Well, shouldn't, because we've got an answer here. When we start to look at chart, and most of your chart is above the line, it means that you have a methylation issue. Now, if you have a methylation issue, we need to go online and look at this map and see where your issues are, and we can determine that number 1, the body's ability to detox; 2, the body's ability to create energy; 3, the body's energy to replete its DNA; 4 and 5, the ability of to use its resources. I would think yours is going to be in this resource, but it will go back. And I'll remember some of these as we're going, as we look at your chart. You can use this chart that says, I can't use glutathione because I don't have either cysteine or glutamic acid or glycine. This little chart, it's available for you on that radiation download. It gives you the information, the sisters of these amino acids and minerals. If you don't have niacin, then if you've got plenty of niacin and you don't have the serine to make it work, the niacin's not going to work. And the instructions that we try to provide for you. So you have chondroitin sulfate, which is almost the same as glucosamine, except it is a smaller molecule and your body uses it. Ion, too high. We go to your chart. We look at glutathione as an amino acid. We see cysteine, glutamic acid, or glycine. It's high because one of these isn't working well. These, in turn, have things like cysteine needs B12 and calcium intrinsic factor. Go up here and read it. You can, pieces are missing. I think your body doesn't have the enzyme that it needs to use glutathione. IE is high. It tells me that you've got a reaction going on right now to something that you've ingested. IgE is immunoglobulin E. That's an immediate reaction. You can't breathe, you get tired, you get sleepy. Or GG, which takes about 4 hours to fill up. Right now, we got 4 here on IgE, so you have an immediate reaction to your corn stuff. I wouldn't think this was very good for you. Seraptase is high. Are you taking serapeptase?
No, not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. It could be that serapeptase is a frequency that is the same as something else, or some muscle or something. We need to get a practitioner to tell you what the frequency is for this serapeptase and correlate it to something else. If you're not taking it, and I don't think it's a natural thing, I remember where serapeptase comes from. It helps with nasal mucus stuff. Is it one from soy? I can't remember.
Can't have soy.
It also says that you have an infection. Now, sometimes these can be stealth infections, and yours, Streptococcus pyogenes.
I've been getting over, I was told I had walking pneumonia and meningitis.
Can be part of it. And again, go to somebody who has a rice machine, or we can help with bioacoustics, or you can take grapefruit seed extract.
I can't ingest that. I use it for my nose, but I've been taking oil of oregano twice a day for the fistula, so I'm not on Cipro. I've been taking echinacea and
olive leaf. Olive extract.
Yeah, I can't take the grapefruit seed because I'm not supposed to have citrus. I use it in my nose and my ears for infections.
Okay, hormones are too high. I'm going to mute you here. Medications, we're going to skip those. ALIV4 precursor. This is celiac, gluten allergies. Right, we need to get rid of this protein. It causes holes in your bowel. And when there's holes in your bowel, everything goes interstitial, and you're allergic to any and everything. This is probably your root cause right here. You can't go buy one, and you can't go buy its antidote. So you're going to... Did you check our map to see if you're near a practitioner?
I just don't have any money at all. I'm destitute right now financially. That's why I just don't know where to begin. I mean, I have about $20 in my account right now. So that I've kind of got to the point where I'm just so in despair because I don't have any means to help myself. I can't even go and afford my inhaler.
Here's an idea. Here's an idea. We've given you a free radiation computer program that you could use to raise money for you online. All you have to do is use it. In local health food stores, say, I could do this for your people. We've given away probably 12 free computer programs that people can use to start their business. Because there are toxins here. So you need to get rid of the toxins. People who are allergic to latex are always allergic to mold, the kind that's on peanuts. So there's some toxins in your system that you need to get rid of. B5, too high, not using it. Again, go back to your nutrient chart. Go back to your vitamins. Look at B5. It needs vitamin C, A, E, essential coenzyme A. So these are the things that you want to put together. With all the stuff you've been doing, you probably have a whole medicine cabinet or a counter full of nutrients, and you can put this together. A little digging, tenacity, problem solving. That's what it says here. That we will go ahead and bind all of these. I'm going to make a folder here for you. And this is allergies. We'll have your email address.
I can give it to you in the chat.
Okay, do that so we can send this on to you. An easy way to do this is just say send to printer. And let's see, one of them we didn't need. We didn't need the medications. I'm just going to say scanner and print setup. We're going to do PDF. And it will just automatically send all of those reports once we get it started. Let me say okay each time here. There's probably another way to set this up. To say this each time. So they have, I don't know where it put them. Well, let me see. We named them. I'm going to show people how to do this. Into printer, save, printer setup, PDF. Where is it going to go? P7 is where it's going. Do you have a file DOP7? Well, did call him Lori. So, losing files. Lori Allergies. I don't know where they went. I can't stay not knowing what I'm doing here. So reports again. And this file name, owner Crystal reports. We're going to go to desktop. Put it in this file that we call Lori Allergies. And I'm all in there. I'll use this folder. Well, for right now, yeah. And it'll just going to put them in there automatically. No, you mean I have to change this? It did? You have a newer version than I do of PDF files. I don't know, but let's see if they're in there. And they are. And we are going to be sending these along with the pastel folder, and that's waiting for you at the radiation pastel folder. We'll send her information on how to read these files. It's going to go to Read Me First. In Read First, it's going to see how to interpret these charts. And a little digging, a little elbow grip, problem solving, she will be able to do this. And that is our goal. I'm writing down her email address here. Got that. And this is where everything is. Well, if you're confused, I would suggest that you go back and watch this again and start taking some notes and looking at what's going on. Or if you complete explanation, then you make an appointment with me here, or see if we can match you up with somebody who needs a guinea pig. So I'm being motioned that my time is up. Well, that was a quick hour. Thank you for being here. I hope you watch this again and again and learn how to do this and how to do the Allergies program. It's one that we will be providing to you in our free list of programs. Right, radiation, that's especially important for people who are on the West Coast, although we had somebody the other day that was from like Cincinnati or something, and they were poisoned with iodine 131, and it was causing problems with their thyroid. So we appreciate you being here, and we'll talk to you later.